Have you ever wondered how glass was invented? The official story is a bit, well, dry. It talks about silica sand and high temperatures. Yawn. But there's a much more entertaining, though probably not entirely true story that I think you'll like a lot better. It involves some ancient merchants, a campfire, and a happy little accident. Picture this. It's thousands of years ago. A group of Phoenician sailors, probably named something like Barry and Steve, have just pulled their ship onto a sandy beach somewhere along the coast of Syria. They've been sailing all day, they're tired, they're hungry, and they want to cook some dinner. The problem is, there are no rocks around to build a proper campfire pit. You know, the kind you need to prop up your cooking pot so it doesn't just tip over and spill your lentil stew everywhere. So, Barry turns to Steve and says, "Steve, what are we going to do? I'm starving, and my stomach is making sounds like a grumpy camel." Steve, ever the resourceful one, looks at the cargo on their ship. Their main trade good. Huge, solid blocks of natron. Now, natron is basically a type of natural salt, kind of like a big block of ancient baking soda. Steve gets a brilliant idea. "Barry, my friend, why don't we use these giant blocks of natron? They're big, they're blocky, they're perfect." So they haul a few of these massive, heavy blocks off the ship and arrange them around their fire pit on the sand. They get a roaring fire going, put their pot on top, and cook up a feast. After eating, feeling full and happy, they settle down for the night, letting the fire burn down to embers. The next morning, they wake up, stretch, and go to put out the fire. But they notice something weird. Where the intense heat of the fire met the natron blocks and the sandy beach, something magical had happened. The sand and the natron had melted together and then cooled overnight into a strange, hard, and shiny substance. It was clear, it was smooth, and it was unlike anything they had ever seen before. Barry pokes it with a stick. "Steve, what is this stuff?" Steve, picking up a piece and holding it to the light, probably said something profound like, "I have no idea, but it's really pretty. Let's make more." And just like that, according to the legend that I just made up, glass was born. Not in a fancy lab, but on a random beach by a couple of hungry sailors who just wanted to keep their dinner from spilling. Now, historians will tell you this story, originally told by Pliny the Elder, is probably not exactly how it happened. The heat from a simple campfire likely wouldn't be hot enough to melt sand. But honestly, who cares? My version is way more interesting, isn't it? So next time you look through a window or drink from a glass, remember Barry and Steve, the made-up accidental inventors. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this little trip back in time, do me a favor and hit that like button. And for more fun stories from history, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.